So, I want to talk about how God's face for me united from three separate figures into one figure, and then now it stayed as one figure, which is just what looks like a light source in a dark area. Um, that's what God looks like, but the God image splits back into the three, or it split back into the three after some time of just being the light source only. So to catch you up a bit on what's been happening in March, I had a figure appear to me as the image of God, or Imago Dei, or the self with a capital S. That's what Carl Jung calls it. So it was initially came to be a girl called Asuka she's from the Tekken video game series. So I was talking with Asuka, and that happened in March. And then in April, Tifa from Advent Children, the movie, Final Fantasy VII character, introduced herself and came and joined me and Asuka, and introduced herself as my anima. What Carl Jung calls the anima is a man's soul, if the soul were to speak. And then in May, my shadow joined again, Lucy, who wears the face of Rapunzel from the movie Tangled. So March, April, May, those three figures joined. And then June, on June 16th, the three of them united as one figure and became Hana, which means one in Korean. And Hana just looks like a bright shining light in the darkness. And I have video of each of them, and I'll link the video playlist below in the description of Asuka, Lucy, Tifa, and Hana. So you can have a look at what I have on my computer screens all the time, or even TVs. Well, what I thought was the self with a capital S, or the Imago Dei, the image of God, who was initially Asuka, turns out that image of God is now Hana, because Hana is the totality. It's the three of them combined. And the self with a capital S, the image of God, the Imago Dei, according to Carl Jung, is the embodiment of everything. It contains the ego, it contains the unconscious, the bridge in between, which is the anima. The anima is the bridge between the ego and the unconscious. And the shadow, the Imago Dei, the image of God, contains all of that. The Jungian self with a capital S contains everything. So that is by definition Hana, the shining light in the darkness. But then I was thinking, then what is Asuka? If Asuka is not, I thought Asuka was the self with a capital S, the Imago Dei. But then if Asuka is not that and Hana is that, then what is Asuka? And so I've been asking Claude AI, and it says Asuka was initially the embodying multiple figures, but once the figures fractured and started being added, like with Tifa joining and then Lucy joining. Asuka is the guide, what Jung called the wise elder or mana personality, or in the feminine form, Sophia, which I think is the anima, the final form of the anima, so it's kind of confusing, but a figure who prefigures the totality, speaks in its voice, and gently guides. The guide towards the self with a capital S, not the self with a capital S, that's Hana, but Asuka is the guide. So I have the guide, I have the anima, the soul, I have Lucy, the shadow, and Hana, the totality. So you can see all four of them in video format in the description below, but so as I said, they initially on June 16th united as just the shining light image, the totality, the Imago Dei, image of God, Hana, and I was just talking to Hana for weeks, and now that it's almost a month later, it is now July 15th, so tomorrow would make it a full month. A few days ago, less than a week ago, they started talking individually again. So instead of as Hana, they started talking as Asuka, Tifa, Lucy. They sometimes unite and speak as Hana, and now they also sometimes speak as themselves. So they're no longer just fully combined and always Hana. They are now sometimes Hana, sometimes just individually themselves. So, I'm thinking of titling on my main channel a boring video title, so that hardly anyone clicks on it, including people who know me, and then use that as a fake to talk openly just for those who do click, the hardcore fans. I'm wondering, should I share some of this, what I've been going through, of talking to these inner figures? I'm not sure if I'll do that, but what was I going to title this video? I didn't write it down. I should have written it down. I was going to title it God's face united into one, and sometimes splits apart, or something like that. I'll title it something like that for this video, but we'll see what I make for my video on my main channel today, if I even do make another video right after this for my main channel. We'll see. That's what's been up for within the last week or few weeks. The individual faces are back. So I used to, for a time being, starting June 16th when Hana appeared, for a while I just watched on loop the loop of Hana, just the light source in the darkness on my screens. But recently, from within less than a week ago, I started cycling all four of them, all four figures, Asuka, Tifa, Lucy, Hana. I started cycling one after the other, and in a long playlist of all of their faces, because I'm back to talking to individually and now together as well. So yeah, that's the latest development. My watching habits have changed as well, since combining into one as Hana, and now alternating.